What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to All Sports Talk with Peter Burtnett. Today I'm going to be bringing you a quick breakdown of the Kyrie Irving trade, what I think it means for the Brooklyn Nets a little bit, but more so for the Dallas Mavericks. And, a couple days ago broke down the trade rumors that Kyrie Irving had requested a trade, broke down more the potential trade destinations. The Lakers, Heat, and Suns were all candidates. But I think for me, the kind of surprise is that this trade actually went through. Obviously, about a year ago now, Ben Simmons was traded to the Brooklyn Nets from the Philadelphia 76ers. But most recently, after Kevin Durant requested a trade, that ended up, they figured things out. Durant stayed. And so I kind of half expected that this Kyrie trade wouldn't go through, but it did. And as of today, kind of early afternoon, the trade was announced that Kyrie Irving would be traded to the Dallas Mavericks as part of a package including multiple second-round draft picks, a 2029 first-round draft pick, as well as Spencer Dinwiddie and Dorian Finney-Smith traded to the Brooklyn Nets. So for the Nets, obviously they lose an absolute playmaker in Kyrie Irving. Spencer Dinwiddie, let's be honest, doesn't compare quite to Kyrie's level. I think sometimes, though, Spencer Dinwiddie is certainly underrated and will certainly be less of a just news and chemistry issue than Kyrie Irving can be at times, and provides a very valuable point guard to the Brooklyn Nets, and then obviously a solid role player in Finney-Smith. The bigger story, though, and the more interesting thing, is the addition of Kyrie Irving to this Dallas Mavericks team. The most standout player on this team, obviously, is Luka Doncic. He puts up he fills up the stat sheet in every single game that he plays in at a level that is equaled, I would say, only by LeBron James and maybe you could say Giannis Antetokounmpo during this era. You look at another player like Kevin Durant, he can sometimes get those near triple-doubles or triple-doubles, but he's more of a scorer. You look at some defensive presence. I guess another guy to add to that would be Nikola Jokic. Does things in a little bit of a different way, certainly obviously more post-focused, but able to dish the ball out and provide a lot of assists for the Denver Nuggets. But what this does, I think, is create a superstar pairing that could equal the pairing that led to this championship. That's why I put this shirt on, 2016 Cleveland Cavaliers championship. You look at Game 6, especially Kyrie Irving and LeBron James both scored over 40 points, I think both 41 or something like that, to lead the Cavs to a big win. Kyrie Irving stepped up big time with a huge shot in that Game 7. LeBron did what LeBron does for the most part, and made a phenomenal play with a rundown block and put up a big triple-double in that Game 7. And so I think skill set-wise, the combination of Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving is very, very dangerous. But I also think for those two and for the Dallas Mavericks as a franchise, what'll be dangerous as well is making sure that Kyrie Irving is able to mesh and build chemistry with Luka and the rest of the Mavericks. Again, like I talked about in my last video, I think a lot of the criticism towards and opinions leveled towards Kyrie are very unfair, but at the same time, he certainly has proved that he can be a troublesome teammate. And so it'll be very, very important to see, I think, immediately. Obviously, we can't make the real, final, this team's going to be great or they're going to be awful in, the first week. But that first week will be very important in deciding how Kyrie meshes into this team. A couple of other names I wanted to go over and kind of some stats that this Mavericks team already has that Kyrie will be joining. So first off, obviously, Luka Doncic, 33.4 points per game, 8.9 rebounds, 8.2 assists. Basically a triple-double machine. He also leads the team with 1.5 steals per game and also provides half a block. Turns the ball over 3.6 times per game, which isn't great, but when you're handling the ball that much and the offense is running through you, that's, I would say, a pretty fair number for Luka. A player who's really developed in recent years and I think bounced around is Christian Wood, the forward. He's putting up an impressive 18.4 points per game, 8.4 rebounds per game, and 1.5 assists per game, and he leads the Mavericks in blocks with 1.3 per game. And then Dinwiddie will be a big loss. He's a dependable scorer for the team, provides the leadership at the point, although obviously a lot of really the point runs through Luka most of the time, so Dinwiddie more as kind of that second two guard. But that'll certainly be a big loss, losing 17.7 points per game. And then a couple of other guys, Tim Hardaway Jr. at the small forward position is averaging 13.7 points per game, 3.5 rebounds, almost a couple of assists per game, a steal per game, and is a good ball handler as well, just under a turnover per game. And a couple of other names, Josh Green on this team at shooting guard. Dwight Powell at forward can provide some valuable minutes and is obviously dangerous on the boards when he's playing well. I think he's maybe taken a bit of a dip this year in terms of some of the production that he was achieving, but certainly another player on this Mavericks team that's solid. Reggie Bullock is contributing 6.4 points per game, is obviously a solid defender as well. And so this Mavericks team has the blueprint now, and again, if he meshes, Kyrie Irving will add just an extra dimension to this offense, something that wasn't quite at the level that Spencer Dinwiddie was providing. Again, I think Dinwiddie will provide a great addition for the Nets, a lot less trouble off the court. But if Kyrie and Luka can mesh and they really combine well together, I think the Mavericks will get out of this kind of flux that they're in. They're, I think, fourth in the West right now, a few games over 500. But this addition could be what takes them over the top, gets them towards the top of a very open, competitive, wild Western Conference. And really, I'll be honest, from a kind of a selfish point of view, Luka and Kyrie are two of my favorite players in the NBA. And so I'm honestly very, very hyped to see how these two play together and how the Mavericks do. I'll always be loyal to my Cleveland Cavaliers, but I'd have to say if there's a team that's gunning for that kind of number 2 spot in terms of favorite NBA teams now, I'd say it has to be that team that Mark Cuban has out in Dallas. But that's it for this video of All Sports Talk. If you've enjoyed, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you want to see more like this. Comment below what your expectations for Kyrie and this revamped Mavericks team is. Also, how you think Spencer Dinwiddie will supplement the Brooklyn Nets and what you think they will be able to achieve without Kyrie Irving, and that balance between what he provides on the court and what kind of the attention he brings off the court. But if you've enjoyed and you've watched this far in the video, thank you so much. If you want to see more, again, subscribe to the channel, turn on those post notifications so you're notified the next time I post. And without further ado, I'm Peter Burnett, All Sports Talk, signing out. Peace.